Back in 2005, Nintendo released the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, which allowed people to play a select few of Nintendo games online. In 2008, Mario Kart Wii was released, quickly becoming one of the best-selling games of all time. This fad survived all the way up until 2014, when Nintendo officially shut down the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. And this probably would have killed Mario Kart Wii if it wasn't for, released in 2014, WiiFi was made, which was a substitute server which allowed people to play online even still after Nintendo Wi-Fi went down. In 2015, a YouTuber who went by the name TWD98 releases a very influential video about all the strats and shortcuts in Mario Kart Wii. In 2019, the very first Mario Kart Wii LAN tournament takes place. In 2020, they brought back the World Cup, but this was quickly followed by a lot of scandal as well as COVID. In 2021, a pet project by a YouTuber named ArcIntel begins to take place. It was a simple yet novel at the time idea. Mario Kart Wii has been around for a very long time and has a lot of competitive history. Why don't we use that information to fix everything that is wrong with the game? In 2022, the 5th version of the Riibalanced mod pack is released to the public. Over the last couple of months, the team and I have been hard at work finishing up the final touches of Rebalanced version 5.0, and since the last video, there has been a lot of things that have changed, specifically in the addition of a new class of vehicle, so that's what we'll be talking about today. Hey Internet, Oryx speaking, and welcome to the last dev video for Mario Kart Rebalanced. In about 2 months, I'm going to be transitioning my channel over to Mario Strikers Battle League, and I'm going to be transitioning from Mario Kart content to other kinds of content. So I'm going to start with Battle League, and I'll see where that takes me. But until then, I am going to be playing a lot of Rebalanced. So let me introduce you to the newest vehicle archetype, the Performance class. One of the many problems that we ran into while developing and balancing Mario Kart Wii vehicles was when you have a bunch of karts playing with each other. It's normally pretty balanced. They drive the same way, they take similar lines. When bikes are playing with each other, again, not much of a difference. They take the same lines, they pretty much do the same ordeal. As soon as you implement both a kart and a bike in the same lobby, things get very messy very quickly. And a lot of people don't really think about it, but the speeds of differences of intercepting lines affect so much. There's a lot of shadow buffing and shadow nerfing going on when a kart and a bike takes place in the same route. And this was actually one of the biggest problems that we had when trying to balance for Mario Kart Wii, because certain combinations of vehicles, certain vehicles would be busted. Certain combinations of vehicles, other vehicles would be unusable. So the solution that I came up with was make it so that each of the vehicles have characteristics of the other. What do I mean by that? Make it so bikes could follow kart lines, even though it may not be ideal or they may not be that fast, they should be capable of taking kart lines, and vice versa. Karts should be capable of taking bike lines. So each vehicle class will have a preferred line, but they also don't fall too far behind when their line keeps getting intercepted by other players. Now this next part is going to make you stretch your brain a little bit, because I know not everyone here actively plays Mario Kart 24/7. Making a bike follow a kart is not that hard to do. They'll fall behind on corners and they won't be able to take away on straights, but they still have the capability of keeping up. However, when a bike is leading and a kart falls behind, bikes could wheelie. There's no logical way to make a kart wheelie. So as you probably could have guessed, we coded it so karts could wheelie. The performance transmission. Inside of Mario Kart Wii, the acceleration curve is actually set by 4 individual nodes on a chart, if it helps to visualize. However, by artificially changing it so that there's a dead zone inside of the top ranges of the acceleration, the kart will then get stuck at whatever speed it gets locked onto. So this effectively simulates the extra headroom that you'd get when you have a wheelie. Now bikes, to avoid making this busted, have a system where after every few couple seconds, it will automatically drop the wheelie. So this would be the main difference between a kart doing speed preservation and a bike doing speed preservation. A performance transmission does not have wheelie drop. So to compensate for it, if you go over a bump or you have to realign, the speed is dropped and dropped permanently until, you start the process all over again. Now, I probably don't need to say this, but not every kart has a performance transmission, and also not everything that has a performance transmission is a kart. From version 4 to version 5, there has been a lot of vehicle tunes, character tunes. It's just a lot of balancing, as well as the fact that version 5.0 is a pure Nintendo track base. The only things that were changed about the courses was some slight modifications, but there are no custom tracks in the mod anymore, because the original vision for the mod was to make like this all-encompassing thing, and we realized that wasn't really possible due to the limitations of me as a human being. So we decided to turn it more into like a service pack, which other people can then use for their mods, and with all the data and the balancing over the countless years of development, can be utilized in many different ways. So that's why all the custom tracks were cut. Now real quick, I have a bunch of things on a list that I want to just quickly knock out because these are all kind of important. first things first, I say a lot that it's me, it's my mod, I'm the one who did everything, and the reason for that is a lot more for a legal reason. I don't want Nintendo going after you guys. I want Nintendo, if they file a DMCA or something of that nature, I want them to come to me specifically. But at the same time, I just want you to know that this was not a project that was done by me. There were literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who have been like developing this mod alongside me, and it's just too many people to name, but there are countless of people who really deserve thanks for developing this mod. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, personally, thank you to each and every one of you who has even had like a small hand in developing this mod. It means a lot. Second thing, if you are downloading from the previous version 4.0 or version 3.0, when you are downloading version 5, be sure to completely delete all of version 4 and all of version 3 beforehand, because not every file gets replaced because of the way that the file system works. So be sure to completely delete all of the old versions before downloading version 5. The third thing, which might actually be a bit of a bummer for some of you guys, when you are using your stuff, the equivalent of my stuff for CTGP, do not replace the tracks, because the tracks are actually specially built for Mario Kart Rebalanced. So if you just replace them with a normal texture swap, the track will break. So no replacing tracks, unfortunately. There might be a version 6.0 way down in the future. We've talked about that, potentially adding more characters, more vehicles, more tracks, but that's not set in stone. We don't know if that's going to happen or not. The fifth thing that I want to cover is karts are noticeably stronger in this build, and unfortunately, we had a lot of data and playtesting for bikers, but we didn't really have that for karts. So it was very difficult defining and making a kart that was actually meta defining, but not busted. So there's a strong possibility even now that Rebalance is not actually as balanced as it might seem. It's more balanced than stock, but it may not be as balanced as it could be. Lastly, be sure to download the mod in the link in the video description. It works with Revolution, which means both Dolphin and Wii support. However, if you want to play Dolphin online, you need to dump your NAND, which requires an actual Wii. And that should pretty much be it. This is the last dev build for Rebalanced. I am retiring from Mario Kart Wii. I am retiring from Mario Kart Rebalanced dev work. I am going to be playing Rebalanced on this channel for the next month or however long, and then I'm going to be transitioning over to other things, whether that be Striker or whether that be college or whether that be anything. I'm moving forward. So once again, thank you very much for all the support, and here's to the future. I'll see you guys around.